Today's crash is not at Stop Rock, it's at the next bend further up the hill. As you see, these two black vehicles not travelling very fast didn't make it far around that bend before a semi-trailer coming down the hill lost control, tipped over and collected one of them, or pushed both of them down, but smashed into the first one. Now luckily the driver there was pinned in, and it took an hour or so to get her out, but she got flown to hospital and is recovering quite well. Make note, there's no one died in this. There's some injuries, but they're all okay now. Now we're only a couple of minutes into it. You see the top right, I've got the date and time clicking down there. So we're at just on 2 minutes past 3 at this stage, and it's taken just a couple of minutes for the first vehicle coming down from uphill to come around, and this bystander's having a quick look to see how the truck driver's going, how the car drivers or occupants are going. Now he'll be in a bit of an adrenaline rush as well. This is a pretty serious crash. It's only just happened, and now cars are coming up from downhill side. This is from the Sydney side. Now this particular road is one of just 2 crossings from Sydney across to the inland side of the Blue Mountains. It's a very, very busy road. So we'll soon be getting a bank up of traffic. I'm not going to show those people down the hill, but of course what happens is that people further down the hill have no idea what's going on, so they sit and wait and wait and wait. As you see, we're just coming in a bit over 3 minutes in so far. Well, it's only 2 minutes past the crash time, and the vehicles are starting up. Now this is an interesting development. We have a tradie coming in here. Now he's just arrived, he's having a look. Now the thing about tradies is that they've all seen their fair share of accidents on building sites, vehicle accidents, and they're trained to deal with what they have to do. So this guy isn't spending a lot of time just assessing what's going on, and as we'll see, it's time to take action. He can get in and help, and that's exactly what he's going to do here. So he's parked up near the scene, he's out of the vehicle, and he is bolting up to where the action is. He's going to go and check on the truck driver first. The truck driver's still inside, and what does he do? Climb straight up there. The truckie's opened up his own door there. Now this guy could be injured, certainly in shock, and that high up, like that's 2.5 meters up. So you'd want to be careful that he doesn't fall off, because that would add more injury. Our tradie's talking him through, check that he's okay, and look at getting off the truck now. Now if you come onto a scene like this, there's going to be the people that know what to do and act. If you're not one of those, stay out of it. There's a number of people throughout this event that stayed out of it, which is good. And there's people that moved up there and got involved. And just watch the truckie and the tradie climb back down here. I might have done things a little differently myself. The tradie's just come down to the ground. He's checking on the truck driver, but then he's moved off and left the truck driver. Not a good thing. He's just tumbled to the ground. But at least there's a couple of other people there to check that he's okay. Again, he could be injured here. He could have broken bones. It turned out that he didn't, which is fortunate. But he'll certainly be in shock at this stage. Now the traffic will be queuing up well down around the corner, and people don't know what's going on, so they're heading home. This is the afternoon. The driver of the first vehicle, the first black vehicle that got hit by the truck, she was actually on her way to the local school to pick up her daughter. So it's very fortunate that it wasn't the other way around. The little girl might have been in strife. And she had to organise a friend to pick up her daughter from the school. Great teachers at Bilpin Primary to hang by, look after the daughter, until the friend drove the 3 hours around the long way to go and pick up the little girl. So that's our State Emergency Services truck just arrived on site. Now he's got to assess what's going on too. He's the first emergency services to turn up, and we're at 18 minutes past, so a bit over a quarter of an hour it took to get our first responders on site. He had a quick look. He's whipping around to grab some gear, possibly radio down to more people coming up with what's occurring. Now at this stage, even bystanders, there's not a lot you can do for people in vehicles. You don't want to be trying to get them out of the vehicles in case you cause further injury. Now that woman in this case, it took over an hour to cut her loose. The gentlemen in the other vehicle were free of the vehicle sooner. They were taken to hospital as well by road. Now this site is a good 10 kilometres from the nearest reasonable sized town and 16, 17 kilometres from the nearest police. So they've got a bit further to travel. And this is the local RFS truck and our highway patrol, all within 20 minutes of the crash, which is pretty good given how far we are from civilization here. All of these first responders have their own duties to perform. So you see these policemen aren't racing up to see what's going on because they know other responders are already dealing with that. That's not the police's job. They're going, at this stage, they're going to be securing the area, traffic management. Now this truck is lying right across the road, so there is no way traffic is going to go through here. It took until past 2 in the morning. So this is after 3 in the afternoon. It took almost 12 hours to finally clear that truck from the road. And it took an enormous crew to do that and bring in the heavy cranes. So that road was completely blocked. But the people further down the hill and up the other way, wanting to come through from the west, would have no idea about that. So all these people wandering around, they don't know yet whether they've got to commit to a 3 to 4 hour drive around the long way or just wait and see if it gets cleared up soon to get through, because some of these people are only 5 minutes up the road. So that's the first of the highway patrol. He's heading back down now to divert traffic away. I encountered him on the way in and he was setting up a detour, basically sending traffic to go the long way round, as I said, up through Katoomba and across to Bell if they were heading to Lithgow, or back down to Bilpin if they were coming back this way. Another RFS crew. So that unmarked vehicle there could well be detectives. They've got to investigate the scene. I was requested to supply video of the scene for their investigation, which I very happily handed over. Fortunately, there was no sign of any vehicles burning here. That sort of thing happens in the movies all the time, but in real life it's not a common occurrence. Could be an issue if they were electric vehicles, of course. There's been a lot of EVs, the batteries go in thermal runaway and lose control. So these were good old-fashioned internal combustion engines that tend not to go up in flames in a serious collision like this. And this is a picture from the uphill side and from the aerial side. That's what it looked like. Thanks for watching.